Welcome back everyone. So we have now drawn our lines. So here we can see we have got a support line. Here we've got a resistance line that is acting as resistance for the first line that we drew. Then it was subsequently broken and it became the new support line, and we chose a resistance at this level. Now we're going to move further into time. And we are now going to look at this next level here, where we can see that there was some resistance. So we're going to draw a line here. So we can look at this as the new support line or a resistance line that was for this zone here of support. So now what we would do in real time is to now project these lines moving forward. So this line will project it all the way to here. As you can see, we are moving into time and the chart is going beyond 2021. Then we're going to project this one again into the future to come to this point. Then we're going to project this one as well. Then this line is not meant to be there, and we're going to project this line as well. Right, so these are the lines that we can see. If we want, we can add another line at the top there, because we can see there's a level that was touched and it was acting as resistance. So when our setup is like this, we have now identified our lines of resistance. This is, by the way, on the monthly chart. If I had used the lower time frame, you'd find I would have had many candles that were going through the areas. So now this is the setup that we have. This is where we are, which is in May 2020. So now I'm going to go onto my chart, because remember, mostly I'm buying on using a daily time frame, but I'm going to reduce the time frame to 1 week. So now we've got our lines, and now we've got more candles to consider and look at. Now, one thing that I need you to look at is the lines that we drew. If you can see here this line that we drew, you can see what is happening here. When the price gets to that line, it bounces off, breaks off for a few weeks, then goes back up, breaks off again for a few weeks and goes back up. So you can see that the resistance is acting, I beg your pardon, the support is acting nicely in this instance, and the resistance would be on this side, which is also holding with some weeks that it has been broken, but the price pushed back into the lower time frame, and there it was rejected again until it broke on this point, and it retested, and it went up and met resistance and came back down. So this is the weekly chart. I'm going to now change it to the daily chart. So on the daily chart, what do we see in relation to our resistance? We can see that the same region are holding. So remember that the monthly, weekly, and daily charts, they are just a projection of the same time frame, same candles, only that in this case the candles are being added with the monthly containing up to maybe 22-day candles. The weekly has got about 5 days of candles. So we can see the support and the resistance managing to hold even as we project it into the future. So here we can see that where we are is here. And you can see that the price went down and it broke this area of support. Then you can see that here, let me just expand. You can see that this candle is now pushing back into this upper zone. In other words, it's trying to make this the support line and move above it. But we have seen that the price failed to close above this line here. So it's now below this line. So this line is now acting as, let me just expand it so you can see clearer. So this line is now acting as resistance to where the price is. But the line closed just below the area of resistance. So we can consider that this support line is holding. And if it's holding, we're expecting that the price is going to start going back up until maybe it comes to this point. If it does not hold, then we expect the price is going to start going down towards this point until it reaches this support. So this is how the support and resistance lines would be guiding you. At some point, you might want to go back in time because here we have got this line of support that has been broken. We can go back in time or maybe even look at this point here where price dropped and it refused to close this day below this price level or below this support. So we can look and draw a line at that point. So we can have a line here and put it tentatively to say we are observing the price. If it comes down from the current level here, we want to see what's going to happen at that point. Then we want to move back in time and see whether this point had any other comparable or relevance. So here, if I project this line in this direction, I'm going to see something interesting. So here I'm going to just expand so that we can see the candles clearer. So this is the new line that I've put and projected from where we are right now. You can see that this line acted as support after it had been broken as resistance. We can see that here as well, it acted as resistance and price trended down until it managed to break it again. So we can see that even though this was way back in 2013 and 2014, the traders and investors are cognizant of that this price level was a price of much or many buyers coming into the market. So hence that's why we see this tail came and hit it and went back upwards. So we can put it as another line of support that we are expecting is going to support this price. So if you are somebody who is maybe looking to say if the price breaks down from here, I'm going to short the share, then you'd expect that the price would go down to this point. And from that point, you are now looking to say maybe I should sell my short position or buy back the shares or wait to see if it gets broken. Then you now look at this point as the next support line. So this is how you use support and resistance when you're trading. So tomorrow being a Monday, we need to observe what happens to Pick n Pay, whether to go back up to this zone or whether it starts trending down towards this line. And we would want to see and look back what transpired after reaching this point. Thank you.